Hello, everybody. Welcome to this fine Saturday morning for Humblewood. Today, we will be accompanying our adventures in finding the MacGuffin. Last we left off, our adventurers left the Avian with parting gifts from the Dean as a thank you, as one of the parting gifts being a ring, as another parting gifts being a corvum in magical cuffs. Our party makes their way back to the makes their way back to the Alderheart and looks to go see an old friend. They come back to look to Susan, who, after a nice bittersweet reunion with our friends, decides to help them out with another vision, a rather complicated vision, to say the least, which left her drained and unable to really stand up straight. So, the party was tasked to come back the next day after Susan gets to rest and re-energize herself and do some research and find out stuff about what she saw. We find ourselves the morning after in the Wooden Flagon. So everyone wakes up to do their morning routines of people watching and coffee hunting and food gorging. You find our party reconvening in the tavern of the Wooden Flagon.
Good morning, y'all.
Morning.
Morning. Coffee, anyone?
Yes, please.
Oh, I've already had my tea, thank you.
I mean, come on, saying coffee anyone, you know damn well him is the only one that drinks it apart from you.
He's just being polite.
Us coffee drinkers would always like to bring more people on. And hopefully we can get the two of you to join our cult someday. But everyone sleep fine. Akiko, did Akiko go back to his family's home, or did he stay at the Wooden Flagon?
I did, but I would have come back to the Wooden Flagon to meet you guys.
Okay. Akiko, how is your family? Are they faring well? We haven't seen them for quite a while.
Oh, they're doing all right. I haven't told them too much about our mission, so let them be happy.
Oh yeah. I suppose it would be distressing news. Well, unless anybody has anything super pressing to do, I think we should get back to Susan, make sure she's fine.
Agreed.
Maybe find out a little more about the borealis.
Yes, I would like to also find this magical item that we're supposedly destroy all the fires and aspects. Are you guys all ready? Can we make our way back there?
Yep, and as, of course, Oddwald is still accompanying you.
He's with us? I thought we handed him over to the council.
Oh, did you, or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we would have handed him to the council.
Yeah, I thought they were keeping him until his trial.
Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. So you guys now make your way to go see Susan. You make your way out of the Wooden Flagon. You go down little steps into the main corridor. As you pass by some of the other merchants as they wake themselves up in the morning, you find Susan's tent. You go in.
kind of call out, Susan.
before you go ahead and kind of give a little heads up. There's no knocking on the doors or anything.
Yeah. Susan, my dear, are you decent?
Oh, yes. Come in.
Okay.
As you make your way in, Susan has on her table that's usually like different reagents and cups and things. There's just books splattered all over her table. Some more like a cup of like you kind of, as you walk forward, you kind of peer over. It's like a half drinking like concoction of some sort of greenish viscous liquid, as her and Normal are like making their way around, grabbing at like different books and different herbs that they have from their wares and things. Like, you came a little bit earlier, but there's just so much to look into, so much to read about.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning. Yes. How did you all sleep well?
Yes, of course. I am so sorry to keep you up. It looks like you have been up all night. Did you not sleep?
Oh, I did. I got my 2 hours of sleep I usually get. Perfectly fine. I this is just so much that was going on.
Did you manage to find anything?
So about the cave I saw. It was so hard for me to understand what was going on, because this cave, you see, it's sealed in some sort of way. As it strode by me so quickly, I couldn't even get it the first time, and I couldn't even understand it. But the cave is there's definitely a strong magical presence that can only be this thing that no one's ever heard of before, so mysteriously.
The borealis.
Yes. How no one here knows about it, but some do, and such a dirty mess here. But
yes, no one does seem to know about it. I was surprised that such a magical item is only mentioned briefly in one book, and then no one knows.
Of course, it's...
Oh, yeah, but everybody knows about the fire. They asked for the fire for some reason.
Who knows? But I came across this one book I had that talked about some silly riddle about something about a silver leaf. And
a silver leaf.
Yes. And silver leaf, when I looked into it, because it's not something I use in any of my reagents or potions or anything, and the key to this was that this silver leaf is said to last through the harshest of winters, still growing, even in the worst blizzards and snowstorms. And if what you're saying is this borealis is some sort of ice artifact,
supposedly some shard of an aspect of ice.
Yes. I believe this silver leaf has something to do with the cave.
So do we need to travel somewhere north where there are snowy caves? What do you think, guys?
I don't believe so, because there's it hasn't snowed in the Alderheart or in the Humblewood in quite some time. Although if you did need to find this, it would probably be up north.
Perhaps in the mountains?
I
don't know that I have ever heard of the silverleaf either.
Indeed it is. It is strange, but I do believe that it could be something up north. Now, I think if we would like, possibly the tenders might know a little more about what we might be looking for. As I know there are some stationed here in the Alderheart. Because this is beyond what I know. I just see things, and I interpret them.
Yes, you and your wonderful visions. You are so talented.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful person, Susan. And I cherish our friendship.
Yes. I do believe you all know of Havel, correct? The tender?
Distantly, yeah.
Yes.
History check on if I do.
How can y'all not know? Check your notes.
Yeah. Havel. Havel upstairs.
Is the
that one?
leader of the tender, right? Used to be
Yes.
co-leader with Trevor, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Supposedly missing right now. At least when we talked to the council, they said they don't know where he was.
Oh, that's right.
Where he was.
So sorry. My notes here are just bunches of scribbles from all of our research in the library.
A lot
I
of
got carried away. Yeah, as well as Oddwald is the guy.
Well, yes. I guess sometimes we got to look back on everything we've done and everything that goes on. But I do believe that if there's anything that is lost and old and unknown and can put things together, the tenders probably have some old knowledge about this thing. As far as my books go, I was never a scholar or a researcher.
But you make up for it in everything else, my dear. We will go see this Havel, and thank you again so much for your wonderful visions and your help.
Thank you. I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking into some things, but I think this is the extent of what my knowledge can do.
Of course. And Himmy's gonna lean down and just say goodbye to Normal. Goodbye, Normal.
It does this little click clacking. Sends you guys off.
Does anyone know where to find this Havel? I'm sorry, I have forgotten.
I believe he's normally upstairs, though they said they haven't seen him in a while.
Up near the council?
Yes, that's where the
Okay, well then up we go.
Yeah. Best place to start, I suppose.
All right.
No, I'm alright. And if I remember right, in last session they told us that they haven't seen Havel.
What is this word session you use?
Sorry, I meant day. Yesterday.
I believe Ash is right. The last few times we have been up at the council, Havel has not been there.
Yes.
Is there a different place where the
Tenders tend?
The tenders tend.
Their base of operations is up there as well. Perhaps we can check there for Havel, or
Okay.
at least find a lead.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
All right, you sure you don't want to talk to the guard? Say where the where the tenders are.
Yeah, I mean, is there some sort of guidance system through the town's guard that we can use?
If you could just mark my map, is this in the Valley of Honor or Valley of Strength? Could we just go?
All right, so you walk up to a perch guard, or you walk straight up to the council.
It's gonna just head up the shaft. I mean, didn't they tell us he was like across the way from the council or something like that?
Right. So
Yeah.
the tenders have their headquarters up in the council plaza.
Yeah.
Where they usually have like the headquarters of each organization sits up in there. So you have like the religious sect, the policing sect, and like the tenders, like some of the financial district things of the such are you can find in the council plaza.
Yeah. So we'll head toward the tenders HQ then.
Are there banks here in the Outer Heart?
Well, of course there's banks.
Oh.
Where can I buy coffee?
I go to the bank to buy coffee.
Let's go to the bank.
Give me all your coffee, motherfucker.
Gold? What do you mean gold? I just want the dark liquid gold.
Give me the beans. Give me the beans. Yeah, so make your way up. Go through the steps to go up from the trunk market and going up into the pulley system. Make your way to the council plaza. Within, you do see all of what was previously mentioned. You see the two headquarters of the Wildwood Brigade and the Perch Guard. You actually do see a little more Wildwood Brigade members patrolling around, making their way through the Outer Heart. As the Perch Guard is primarily stationed in the Outer Heart, the Wildwood, as you know, they're the scouts. They know these woods like the back of their hand, and you see them coming and going very frequently. As you make your way off to the far side, as a kind of newly renovated building, as the tenders never before really had a headquarters in the area. It's refurbished and reestablished for there to be a central area for these new times of fires and disasters and all such. But as you make your way over, building is rather, as it looks like it was built new, it seems to be kind of empty-ish, as all you see from there is dark windows and nothing but like a few candle lights in the distance of one window.
Well,
is there like a main door? Like
yeah.
Okay.
Normal kind of building, main doorway.
All right, I open the door.
Oh, door's locked.
I knock.
Knocking? What?
Are you sure you want to knock?
Spell, right?
I said what I said. I'm gonna go knock.
Are you sure? There's very thick stained glass in this area that you could try to break through.
I'm all right.
Knocking concept.
I'm not a magpie. I don't need to steal.
Do you knock?
I'm gonna attempt to ice knife the door and fly through it.
I cast Ice Knife and Etherealness, and I make my way again.
I'm gonna try and break it down without checking to see if it's locked.
Wait, it's a puzzle. I got this. I cast Darkness.
The TPK special. So, you knock.
EG's favorite spell.
After a little bit of time, you saw that there was a slit that kind of sits open And you just hear a voice on the other side. You don't see anyone, but you hear a voice say, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, hello, hi, I'm Ash. You might know me. I saved the Elder Heart along with some few other people. But we're just here to talk to Havel if he's there, if they're there.
Yes. What do you need?
We have so many questions for y'all. It's about how to know, how to stop the fires, save the world, save the forest.
Small time stuff. Simple
Closes the slit.
things.
And if you have coffee.
No. Silence.
Unlocks the door a little bit, opens up. You see it is Havel, who is the colorful, like shiny feathered Gallus. But as he opens up, he's got like the equivalent of like dark circles under his eyes, and eyes are a little bit red, and he isn't wearing his like ceremonial robes of the tenders. It's more so like his like indoor wear, and he looks a little bit disheveled compared to
He's
the
wearing
last time you saw him.
pajamas
A little bit,
or
but
like
he's been-
athleisure.
Okay. Oh my God, Havel, so good to meet you. Have you eaten? You want? I have some seeds and some little a little sandwich you want, or I can. You have a kitchen. We can start cooking while we talk, right? Let's start making my way in.
Is he wearing gray sweatpants?
No, those are mythical magic items. So you kind of like you're kind of like opening the door as he kind of like cracked it open. He's kind of pushed back a little bit, and he said, Sure.
I'll start opening the windows, drawing the curtains. Oh my! It's so dark in here. You need a little bit of light.
Yeah. So you let some light in. You see that it's kind of like a half office, half living space.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of see that there is like a kitchen and
Mhm.
a living room, but then there's a work desk and such there. A little reminiscent of some of the smaller town offices that you've been to, like in Winnowing Reach. How it's kind of like purposed as like a living station and workstation.
All right, I'll make my way to the kitchen. Hopefully, he follows along. Does it
Yeah,
look
as
like
you
he
see,
ate? Or he's on
yeah. There's stuff scattered around, but a lot of it is like looks like some dishes, some things that have been prepared, but then some bags are like adventuring rations that he just rips through. And it looks pretty messy around here. As you kind of look around, you do see like books strewn around, and like a lot of just like candlelight to as he walks through the area to read and look at things. But as he kind of stands awkwardly in the room, as he kind of walks around fidgeting and like cleaning up his books, says, I haven't had guests in a while. You please, it's not necessary. As he points to Ash and says, like, you know, fuck out of the kitchen. Like, it's not necessary. It's quite all right. Please.
Are you sure, dear? Because you look like you could use a really nice homemade meal. And why not talk while we cook?
I don't think it's too necessary.
And how to be necessary can just be silly. Just
Sure. Do what you like then.
I do what I like.
So
Y'all come in, sit it, and you sit there too.
No, I can't. I can't. Why have you all come?
This might be a long conversation. Would you like some coffee? You seem to be kind of holed up in here, and I don't know what kind of supplies you have, but
We're
It's
just
quite.
busting into this dude's place. Like, listen, sit down. We're gonna make you breakfast, and you're gonna have coffee.
It's quite all right.
You don't
I've
know
already-
who we are. We're the breakfast brigade.
You know, everybody knows who we are. What are you on about? We saved the Elder Heart.
This
We
is
saved
like
the Elder Heart and we
weirdest
make breakfast.
breaking and entering in the history of the Elder Heart.
hell yeah.
Sit down. We're gonna make you breakfast.
Well, we killed his second in command, so he's probably feeling a little bit sad. So I'm just here trying to lighten the mood.
We didn't kill him.
Himmy's gonna be like,
We did,
listen,
though.
I'm going to just cut to the chase. We are looking for a way to defeat this aspect of fire that is
And we found it.
terrorizing the forest. And we think we found the answer, but it's this mystical, magical item that no one has ever heard of called the borealis. And we've gotten some clues, but really it's a little bizarre that no one knows what it is, and you apparently are the only person that might have any information on where we could find this. Do you have this information?
It's a stop called the Borealis. It has a shard of the aspect of ice back when it got
Something
defeated
with
and
silver
sealed.
leaf and caves?
I don't know much about I've never heard of a borealis, but you said a shard of ice.
Yes.
Well, I can try to look at something, but I know Trevor used to say something about an old tale that he heard long ago about ice and fire, something or another, but I never really paid attention to it. It was years ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
tail,
no.
right?
So the only person that knows is no longer with us? Himmy's gonna roll for despondency. Okay, so is there anyone that Trevor would have confided in or talked with, or that would have told him tales, family perhaps, that would have more information about this fire and ice and shard of ice and all of that?
Well, as you can see, Gobri has all the books strewn out, and the messy place is just like there's scrolls on the ground and books on the desk, and he's been looking through everything, and says, I don't know what happened, but ever since Trevor didn't come back from that mission, I've been looking, and I came across something that said something about ice, but I just brushed over it. But let me take it. He's gonna go and take a dig around and look for.
Can I help him just looking through the scrolls?
Yeah, and as you kind of go, he's gonna kind of like point out, like he's gonna say it's like a leather bound book. It's like it's like a personal like journal book and such.
I've got a 21 on my investigation roll.
Yeah, and you guys are kind of like moving some stuff around, and you guys are looking around for it. Yeah, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one. You find it kind of like thrown to the corner of the room. It's just this old leather bound, like nothing special kind of book. And it's when you open it up, very little is written in each page, but you can see as it goes down, the page markings were dated for many years ago, maybe 100 years ago. As you kind of like flip through, the pages themselves are brittle and cracking as you turn it, so you have to turn it very easily. And he goes, as I was looking through this book, I saw something about something. Ice was like a theme in the beginning of this book, and as he kind of like scrolls through, it's a little bit of like just some cryptic talk. You see scratch of letterings you've never seen before, but underneath it you do see the bird folk scratch in the pages as you kind of look through, and you do see the mention of ice and shards and seals. Just kind of turn the pages, kind of looks. Yes, this says something about a shard, a trial, and a fire. It's cryptic, but kind of like turns the pages a little bit more and says, "It's just." I thought it was just old gibberish, but if you're coming to me saying that this borealis is a shard of ice, I can't ignore it here now. I flips through and he sees a drawing of some sort of plant. And he says, this plant, this is an herb that's used in very few things. It's a silver leaf that very rare, not used in many things, and only grows in certain areas. And you guys mentioned before on your little like barge in, you're like, we have info on all the. Do you want to rehash what you said? Just kind of threw out.
Yeah, we can parse like just.
So what we found out is that there was the Aspid Fires fought the Aspid of Ice a long time ago. A couple wizards sealed the Aspid of Ice, and all that's left is a shard, and that shard was fashioned into a staff. We also talked to a diviness or visionaire, and she had a vision of a cave with silver leaf on them, and that's what leads us to the little shard.
What these said.
Right. Then, if it's a cave you're looking for, I'm assuming you'll find the cave where you'll find this leaf. And,
I hope so.
And you'll find this leaf a bit ways north of the Scorched Grove.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm sure once you find a lead on this Silverleaf, you'll be able to find yourselves to this cave if that's what your diviner saw.
Thank you. All right.
North.
And that's all the info you have? Is there like a sect of the tenders that might be over north? We can...
The tenders in its old is just was ran by me and Trevor, as the rest of the members are tasked with attempting to heal and prevent the spread of the fires.
Mhm.
This is, you may find some on your journeys, but this is where we're at now.
All right, and I'll put down a plate of pancakes on the table. So you think north by the Scorched Grove, right?
North of, where the green would still be lush.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, you guys, I'm looking at this map here, and I think we can, if we just fall down and fly over, we can probably save some days' travel.
So you're saying we're gonna fly again?
Yeah, I'm looking at the map. It's like the math just says that we kind of have to.
If we did do that,
I feel like the map is not telling me that. I think that we could just go there. You know, it's actually, that area is pretty close to my home. You know, we could head out there and using roads that I have traveled before, that exist, and we don't have to plummet 2 miles from the top of the Elder Heart again. Yumi would not ever care to relive that experience.
But when have we ever used roads? Like, that's just not us. We always go
I've
through the
used
forest.
roads many times.
Honestly, I also think we only used the road one time, y'all. And it was like when we met each other.
The beginning?
Yes, when we were ambushed by those bandits.
Yeah, I believe that's
And
the only
then-
time we ever used those roads.
And then you stab somebody.
Okay, well, listen, Ash, if you would like to just
good
go
memories.
cut through the forest and avoid main roads, we can do that, but Yumi is not wanting to jump from the Elder Heart again. That was a little too much last time.
What about if we just push you and now we know how to jump?
I think that would make it worse. Remind me not to be near the edges of any ledges or branches around you anymore. I'm gonna stay right in the middle.
maybe in the future that might be a viable option.
Never
But,
again.
well, you know, sometimes you have to try things twice for it to kind of stick. But I agree with Himi. I think we should just go through the forest. We've been having quite some success with that. And I'd rather not jump from the Elder Heart and then land in the middle of the Scorched Grove. That sounds like a terrible thing. So, yeah.
I'm gonna just turn back to Dude and be like, thank you again for your help. And again, I am so sorry of the loss of Trevor.
Shrinks a little bit when he hears that. You're gonna try to take care of this, right?
Yes, for Trevor and the others that have been lost to the fires.
Yeah, please do. If I can be of any more help, I can't join you in the fight, but I can do what I can here.
Okay.
I'll go over like just take care of yourself, right?
No need to worry.
All right. All right, here's some pancakes. Make sure you eat well. I'll when you come back, we'll come over and we'll have the little staff, and you can maybe look at it, play with it if you want.
Ash,
I could go
not now.
What
Now
are you
is
on
not
about?
the time, Ash.
What are you on about? I'm just saying if this is something that was important to Trevor, so maybe him seeing it and maybe looking at it might give him a little bit of closure.
Fair.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
All right, y'all, let's go. We got a lot of things, a lot of people to save, a lot of fire to stop.
You guys make your way out. So, preparations, or
Himmy's
ready?
pretty well stocked up. She's got a bunch of fire potions that she got from Susan the night before when we got back to town and everything, so she's ready to go. She'll indicate that to everyone.
So, where we're going, there won't be any roads, if I remember correctly from our map.
Where we're going.
We're going. We don't need roads.
Yep.
Exactly. Do we want? Is there any? Should we get anything for forest travel, or I don't know, like bear repellent or something like that?
Do you wear your
Belt.
owl bear underwear?
Hmm.
SpongeBob?
I mean, I think we live in the forest. I think we're good. I mean,
All right. I mean, we live in the civilized forest. There's definitely creepy crawlies and other things in the dense, lush part.
I mean, I can talk to them. If you see anything, I can talk to them, and they'll just let us through, no problem.
All right. Well, while certain things are gnawing on our femur bones and sucking our marrow dry, I'm sure you can strike up a nice conversation, Ash.
Yeah, funnily enough, I can actually speak with creepy crawly just fine, so no worry there.
Okie dokie.
All right. So what are you doing? You're jumping, or are you walking down?
We're jumping.
walking.
Let's go.
Yes, we're
we're
walking.
taking the lift down.
Can we take the Uber down instead?
Sure. So, make your way down. Take the lift down, walk through the markets, go down, find yourself into the roots and down to the exit all the way at the trunk. Down at the base, the way, and by your guys' fashion, just going to make a beeline northwest through the forest, right from the bottom.
Yeah,
Okay.
I imagine y'all don't want to go through the Scorched Grove, right?
No. Yeah. No. We do not want to go right through that. We should head north and come out, kind of above it.
All right.
Agreed.
So, should take about like a day and a half based on how you make your way through there. So,
Oh my god. Hey, can I get advantage since we're heading north near to where I'm from?
Oh, are you a ranger? We're favored to rain?
That roll is so bad.
You don't have advantage from your background, do you?
No.
Don't you have something good about your background?
Not that would necessarily help me navigate forests. Oh, I am familiar with the roads and escape paths. When I'm not in combat, I can travel between locations that cut through forested areas twice as fast
Oh yeah, so it's twice as
as
fast.
normal. Just because I'm familiar with all the roads and little back trails and stuff of the area.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, Akiko too.
Lord,
I'd
Akiko's
say
pretty
that's-
sure we're outside.
we've had 2 natural 1s and 2 natural 20s so far this game.
That's
You're
not
right.
secret.
In the first
5 rolls.
5 rolls.
Yeah, sure.
5
So it's
rolls, 2 natural 20s, 2 natural 1s. This is going to be a great session, guys.
So the
Super great.
DC will just be lower for your survival.
Okay.
All it's really gonna say is that as you're making your way through, you keep seeing indications that you're accidentally going towards the scorched grove. So you keep turning and moving the group elsewhere. As you kind of make your way, it's taking a little bit longer because you keep ending up going towards the scorched grove or going closer to the Alderheart as you kind of turn around and go. So you're gonna end up about halfway by the time nightfall comes, and you'll have to set up camp or go through the night.
I think I would be in favor of setting up camp, and I
Yeah.
would suggest as much to the group.
I think that would be wise. Do we want to use the nest charm?
Yes, of course, to get us up above any beasties.
All right. I mean, honestly, we're still in like dense forest, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So your nest charm will just go
Into
Close.
the trees.
close to the top of the canopy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be pushing some brush out of your way, and you'll be close to sticking out of the top of it. But you'll be able to have like a skylight view of the area.
Well, that's fun.
And now just Brian's back. As you guys were traveling, and because of the survivor roll and the perception, you guys kind of, as you were traveling, you were making your way closer to the scorched grove than you wanted, so you had to backtrack and you kept having to go. And as you guys were getting closer to the scorched grove, more of the forest compared to what you used to saw is starting to be charred and withering and dying as you got closer to the scorched grove. There's indications that it's not exactly that you were getting too close to the scorched grove, or though the scorched grove has spread.
Mm-hmm.
So it took you a little longer to get to where you need to go. It took about a day to get halfway, so you're going to add travel time to it.
All right.
Okay.
So you guys decided to nest charm up and camp for the night.
Right. Shall we take watch?
Yes.
Yes.
I would feel uncomfortable not taking watch.
Yes, I think it is probably a good idea for us to always take a watch. Do we want the 2x2?
Yes,
Sounds
2
good
by
to
2.
me.
Okay.
2 by 2.
I can take the. I can take either watch, if you guys want to get some sleep. I can take the first watch and wake the other 2 up when necessary.
Okay. I am fine with either watch as well, if anyone has any preference.
I'll go with second watch.
I'll take first then.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
Himmy's gonna lay down and go to sleep.
Perception. Great. When did I get a +6 perception? 12 for me.
12 and 12. Alrighty then. You guys as you're laying and sitting, you see the scene of the forest and the scorched grove, not too far from you, maybe a few miles. As you can see the freshly burning green, as you get that the sight of like wet burning wood is that very, very smoky, like very, very thick smoke as the fire is just burning all of the moisture out of the wood. Far in the distance, but very easily to tell that these trees the tree line is starting to recede and burn away. But an uneventful night.
Ash, excuse me. What do you think we're going to find here? I know we're traveling towards this great magical artifact. Do you think? I don't know. I've been having ideas of maybe the wizards placing magical barriers or protecting it with undesirable things. It's got me a little worried. I'm not going to lie. What do you in all of your time at the Avium, you're the most learned out of all of us. Maybe you would know a little bit about what we could expect.
Well, of course, you gotta expect some guardians being in there. I imagine so. Uh, but beyond that, who knows? We'll get there. We'll find out when we get there. No matter what happens, I'm sure we can go and deal with it.
Right?
If it is magic, I can do something about it, and I'm pretty sure Hemi probably can do as well. And if it's a puzzle, or you're pretty smart, and so is everybody else. So
Right. Honestly, I'm kind of hoping for a puzzle or something. I some sort of like intricate mechanism or something that we'll have to figure out, but we'll see.
I don't know why, but maybe it's just another vision. Everybody have these visions these days. I feel like there won't be a puzzle though.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I just think like the god would not put a puzzle in there.
Well, that's unfortunate. DM,
Mm.
what do the stars look like right now?
Let's see. What do
Are
the
they-
stars look like?
Are they kind of obfuscated by the smoke, or are we actually able to see?
Yes, it's overcast currently. A mix of overcast and a mix of misty smog through the air. As
Doubly
it's not exactly a calm, starry night, as it is a dark, polluted mess currently.
right. All right. Well,
Remy, what's up with you and coffee? I don't really honestly I don't get it.
I just like coffee. Honestly, I actually hated it for a long time. My father used to have me drink coffee when we were working long shifts at our shop, and for the longest time, I despised it. The benefit of it waking you up and getting you ready to go is nice, but I never really understood why he liked it so much. And he, I don't know if I've told you, but he passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. He passed peacefully, just from old old age, uh, and I've made my peace with that. But um, ever since he,
I mean, that is pretty rare. Usually people die from getting killed.
yeah, it's true. Meadowfen is one of the safer places in the Elder Heart, or in besides the Elder Heart at least. Um, and I don't know. Ever since he has been gone, I've continued to drink coffee, and it's become an acquired taste. I guess it's. I don't know how to explain it really, but I like it. It's nice.
Um, so you're telling me it's kind of like a Stockholm? You're Stockholming yourself in order to like this coffee?
Well, it's not necessarily that 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 is just that's an odd way to put it, Ash. No, I don't think I'm forcing myself to drink it. I think that I just I continued to do it because it was his thing, and now I've acquired a taste for it, and I drink it like it's water. it's I don't know.
Hmm. So you're doing mostly to keep his memory alive? Are we gonna go back and make another magic shop when all this is all done? I know you were doing
That's
something with Mr. Fang.
that's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. Um, I think it kind of depends on how all of this turns out and what everybody else thinks about doing. Um, I think for a long time I wanted that for myself, but now I'm not entirely sure. I kind of like adventuring. Uh, it's liberating. But I don't know. What are your plans for after all of this? Are you going to return to the avium and continue your studies?
I don't know after how we ended that with the dean. I don't think I would want to go there again. Even though I can fly now, so it'd probably be way easier on me.
Right.
I don't know. I'll just go where the winds take me. Who knows? Somebody else may need a bright speaker.
Well,
It's not like you
maybe.
need a degree nowadays, right?
Well, that is true. I mean, maybe maybe you go to the outer heart and you wait for a strong breeze and you jump off and just go where the wind takes you.
Hmm. Well, hopefully you're there with me.
I hope so too.
Oh my God! Look at the time. I should go wake up the other ones.
It's exactly halfway through the watch. uh, all right. Well, that was nice chat, Ash. It's nice.
Bye. Sleep well. And I'll go to my two-person tent after waking up Akiko. He's probably already up.
Remy goes over to Hemi. Hemi, get up!
Remy, coffee?
You want coffee?
I don't wake up quite that early.
Can you? Fine.
I'll make some. I'll make a little bit of tea
or something.
and waft it at your nose.
I'll make you some coffee. I'm not even keeping track of the coffee because I bought like 100 pounds of it.
Okay.
Your
Himi will wake
coffee.
up and just kind of. Do we have a fire going? I guess she's gonna sit by the little fire and just try and drink some coffee and wake up. Look around. Let me roll
Yeah.
perception. Yes.
And
I'm
Akiko?
still kind of sleepy.
All right.
Look at no more roll 20.
Yeah, so Hemi, you see the similar description from before, the burning wood, the ever-present spreading of the scorched grove. Akiko, your vision is focused in a little bit. You do see the sight of a familiar long creature. This long creature to you looks like the ash snake that you've experienced before. As you're able to look down, you can actually see that the snake is not in the scorched grove, and it is down a couple 100 feet away from the tree. And make another perception check.
Hemi, look.
What?
It's the snake.
What is it doing?
As you kind of look around, you do see that the snake is kind of slithering and prowling. As large of a creature it is very dexterous, moving through and between the trunks of trees. It does not have a smoldering hot touch to the greenery as the other elementals did, as it is not igniting anything it touches. As it slithers its way through, you kind of look to its destination. You see that it is currently stalking a deer. Just galloping through.
Hemi's just gonna kind of like creep up to the edge of the nest and just like watch it and make sure it doesn't come to us.
Meanwhile, Ash sneaks up behind her and pushes her off.
Yeah,
It's just
so
stalking a deer. It does not seem intent on destroying the forest. I guess this confirms a little bit of what we found in our research, that this is not maybe a foreign elemental.
Why have we never seen it before then?
Maybe the fires awoke it. You know, some reptiles sleep underground in the winter. Maybe it was hibernating. But is it just it's stalking that deer and that's all it's doing?
yeah, it looks like it's
keep
hunting.
an eye on it. Should we intervene?
It looks like it is just hunting for food. And when we say deer, we mean like deer and not
like a wildlife, not a humble folk.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a servant?
No.
Okay. It looks like it is just hunting for food, so I say if it is not upset and trying to burn anything or else we let it be.
Okay. Gonna keep a close eye on it.
Yes. And Himi's actually gonna glance around and see if anything else is happening, like if there's any like other activity in the forest.
You generally see just not as much wildlife ahead of you. It's mostly closer to where you are, because the closer that it gets to the tree line of the scorched grove, the less inhabitable it is for normal wildlife.
Okay. And where would you say on the
map, you would probably be like a little bit above the tip of this right here, if you can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'd be around like this area because of how much sidetracking.
Where can we say our destination is? These like hills up here.
Yeah, you guys are trying to get to like this area, like north of the Scorched Grove.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think it is just hunting, so we leave it be. I don't see really anything else happening. Is there any of that thumping or any of that like strange noise that was going on last time we were out near the Scorched Grove?
Currently, no.
Do you hear any of that strange thumping that was here the last time, Akiko?
No. Strange.
It would seem that the aspect or whatever it is silent right now. Do you think it sleeps?
Doesn't everything sleep?
Don't know
don't
if
know.
elementals or aspects of elements really need to lie down and rest, you know.
Perhaps it is too far away.
Hopefully it is a good thing that it is quiet and not like, you know, when things get quiet, something really bad is happening.
Yes. Well, something that large can't quite be sneaky, I would hope.
One would hope, but thank you for introducing a new fear into my mind. All right. Well, is the what time of day is it? Getting on dawn, or are we still
The sun is rising.
keeping watch? Okay.
Your watch is ending.
Our watch is ending.
Everyone can wake each other up as the nest charm retracts itself.
And that snake,
Quiet
I guess,
evening.
just
If you were
caught the
paying
deer
attention,
and went about its business.
yeah, if you were paying attention, the snake did end up catching the deer as it made its way through.
Let's hope if we come across that thing, it won't be a problem since it is already eaten.
Did it head back toward the Scorched Grove, or did it just kind of...
It was going in like a
Hang out.
southward. So for your vision, it was going like towards the left. It was going southward, towards the
Okay.
The deer, and then you lose sight of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Y'all are saying something about a snake.
Yes, we saw that the ash snake, fire snake, whatever it was, earlier in the forest. It was stalking a deer, and not setting everything ablaze. It was just acting pretty much like as normal as a giant snake could.
Just your normal giant snake.
It's just a normal giant snake.
Just a
Yes.
giant snake.
Giant snake.
A snake giant.
Snake, giant snake.
Was it a snake made out
Mountain
of
lion, mountain.
Was it a giant snake,
It's not an
or
ash
was it a
snake, it's
snake
a giant
giant?
ash snake. Fire
No,
snake
no.
of giants.
Was it named Ash, or...
An
It was a
ash
snake made of giants.
You
Why do y'all
Ash
keep on
giant.
saying my middle name there? Ash.
Ash is a giant snake. Ash is a giant snake.
So you said that
Hmm.
the snake was not ablaze,
It was not.
normal.
Yeah.
That makes me wonder if maybe these creatures are native to the wood, and perhaps the aspect of fire being here is maybe causing them to change, and maybe this one was unaffected somehow. Wait, What if it is like the kindled spirit?
You guys want to go down and talk to it?
The snake?
No.
No.
We can solve this pretty easy. We just got to ask it.
No, I don't think so.
Remember the last one we got close to? I don't know if we want to relive that experience.
Well, this one's already full from Eden, so I imagine it'd be more conducive to speaking.
Why don't you go down and talk to it?
All right.
I think that's a terrible idea, as the nest charm shrinks. Shit.
Where's that snake?
Want to go talk to the snake?
I can. It's an elemental.
It's not an elemental.
I thought it was a beast.
We don't think it's an elemental.
May I do a check to see if I feel I can speak to this thing?
As the learned man of the group.
Commonly speaking, is only what bugs, maybe some plants and beasts.
Sure. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have actual die.
Oh.
Mm?
I would doubt your D&D-ness if you didn't have actual die.
Yes, forgot I had them. So, what do I think?
You at this rate, you don't have enough ability to, or you don't have the knowledge to really ascertain if you're able to talk to the snake or not.
I'll go ahead just to be sure.
Oh God.
To find the snake?
Yeah.
Snake was spotted about 4 hours ago.
Ash.
So you'll have to like spend time looking for it.
This
All right.
seems like a significant departure from our current mission. I think we should let it be.
Really? I mean, we can talk. If we can talk to it, it can tell us everything about the aspect. No.
And what? It's not a flaming snake.
The worst idea I've ever heard.
Did a
However, I'm
fire
pretty sure the snake is long gone by now. But maybe if we see it again, you can ask it to tell us all it knows about this aspect of fire.
Or if not, it might know about the ash snakes, or I can tell if it can. If it always was ashy. You know. All right, let's go.
Maybe it just needs some lotion, you know? Like.
Moving on. Himmy.
22 perception.
Himmy,
Yes.
is there any coffee left?
No, I'm so sorry.
You drank the entire pot. Oh, yes. My Lord.
You make a very, very fine pot of coffee. I'm very sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Himmy. Survival check.
Okay.
Does she get advantage because she's hyped up on caffeine?
No.
Hey guys!
You need actual amphetamines for that, no?
16.
Alrighty then. So, 16 helps keep you on track. You're able to make your way northwest of where you're going to try and find yourself at your destination. You're thoroughly keeping yourself in between, like not too far, not too close to the Outer Heart, but not too close to the Scorched Grove, as you're keeping yourself in that path, jumping above the uprooted roots and the vines and the regular wildlife that is there you're either steering clear of or take a second to maybe feed one of the deer running by or squirrel that jumps from the trees as you try to continue on your path to go forward. About half a day goes and you start to make your way through, and you can see the cliffs in the distance. And you can see as you get here, there are some rivers and some new forms of wildlife as you're entering into like a new type of greenery habitat for this area. The trees are the leaves are changing patterns, and the bushes bear different fruits on some of them. And as you make your way through, it's about 3/4 through the day, like a late afternoon kind of style from the loss of time you made the day before. And you do find yourselves in an area where there are the more of like the different changes. You do see start of different kinds of herbs that aren't used in most normal potion remedies and such. You get the feeling that you might want to start looking for
the thing.
the normal Alderheart greenery.
Okay. Would I roll for that?
So, if you guys would like to, we can get investigation checks from who wants to look. I will allow people to pair up and one person to roll advantage for each pair. If you can only roll if you're proficient in investigation. This includes your half proficiency.
Oh.
Ash. So
I will definitely assist somebody.
yeah, so for Himi and Akiko, you can assist. For Remy and Ash, you guys can roll.
I am not proficient in investigation.
You're not proficient.
Nobody
I
is.
assumed. Well, Ash, you may get assisted by one person to roll your investigation as the others.
These berries look very interesting.
Akiko, do you want to assist?
It doesn't exactly matter who assists, but
Okay.
if it
I'll
thematically, you
start
guys
looking
can
around.
do. Yeah, you got the ones that don't assist can do something else in the meantime while they're investigating.
All right, I'll assist as best I can and just start trying to like look for the.
An 18.
Nice.
I'm wondering, maybe I can talk to like a little rabbit and it'll tell me as I'm looking around. 18.
Yeah, sure. Are you able? That's just theme, right? You're not actually casting the spell to talk to them.
I'm not. No.
Okay, cool. And you rolled with advantage?
Aye.
All right. So, if you're 18, you're making your way around, and you're seeing a lot of these interesting sprigs of herbs as you walk through. Some you don't know. And if you'd like, you can pluck a couple of these
100%.
Yeah. So
I'm open. Put the sap on, a little bit of sap on my arm. Do a little swatch test as we're walking. See if I can observe for the properties of it.
Yeah. As you kind of do, you do feel like a numbing agent on one of them, and another one after a little bit of time. As you're looking through, you're rubbing these on your arm and such. It starts to burn a little bit. You start to get a little bit of a reaction to it. You kind of break out in hives a little bit on your arm, and strange little shard. as you make your way through with the bushes, you find yourself it kind of you're being led through these bushes of these herbs, and you're plucking as you reach towards an herb and you feel the leaf and it's cold to the touch.
Yes.
Ash, are you finding anything?
Does it look a little bit silvery? What's the color of this one thing?
It's not silver, but it has a shine to it. So as you pluck it, it cracks rather than pulls. The stem cracks. As you pull it and you turn it, it shines in the little light that's left in the late afternoon. As this almost crystalline leaf is what is described and written and drawn as the silver.
Yeah, I think I found it.
The plant, you found it?
Yeah, I found one of them. Maybe we can look around for a cave around here. Or maybe look for more of these.
And as Havel kind of did mention, if you find the leaf, you'll be close to the cave. So if same rules as before, if you're proficient in perception checks, you can go about this.
I am. Ash, do you think that maybe that leaf might be useful in alchemy or herbalism? I don't know a ton about those things, but you seem to have an interest in it before, and if it has natural cold properties, maybe
You think it might be useful in a potion of fire resistance? Yes, probably.
might be the case. Who's rolling for perception?
You're the one that's proficient in it, so you can, but I'll assist you if you need
Ash
it.
also rolled.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Ash.
I just have such good eyes, y'all. I'm sorry.
I got a 22, but we'll go with Ash.
All right, so Ash rolled a 29 perception.
Natural 20 plus 9.
Natural 20 plus 9.
Bruh.
As you follow the bush, as you follow the bush of silverleaf, you kind of feel, you almost get like the feeling of you are on the right track. As you follow the path that hooks around the tree line and around everything, you meet yourself at the bottom of the cliffside. And as you walk around the cliffside, you follow the it's getting a little bit thicker, the bush. But as the bush that gets thicker, there's less and less of the silver leaves that hang on these bushes.
Mm-hmm.
And as it makes your way to it, you do see this strange rock formation. And as you walk up to the rock formation,
take 87 damage.
The ground around you starts to shake as in front of this strange rock formation, see 5 pillar-like pedestals raised from the ground and 1 cylindrical disc.
Oh, hello.
Well, that certainly isn't normal for the forest.
Is this perhaps a seal.
You know, who knows? I walk over
What's
to
the
this.
disc look like? Yeah.
It's just a stone disc. The disc itself was just a platform
Does
that
it look
has
like
a
something?
short. So around the 4 pedestals that came up around the disc, the north pedestal is broken in half. It's only about 2 feet, while the other's raised to 4 feet.
Cool.
As you come forward and you inspect these, you'll see that the what are you looking at first? Do you look at anything specific as these come up, or are you just looking at everything?
Pedestal first. Me.
I'm just kind of looking at it all, trying to figure out all of it and notice anything that I can.
I want to see if the broken piece is laying somewhere.
Sure. So, for the broken piece, you'll see that this doesn't look freshly broken. It looks like it's been weathered over a long period of time. It does look like it was smashed, but it has signs of a long wear and tear. But you do see that on half of it there is a small carved-in motif of what you can depict are trees. Himi, what did you say you were looking at?
I'm investigating the pillars. I'm looking at the disc. I'm just kind of looking for any sort of indication, like runes or some sort of instruction manual, or what this is, or just any sort of markings or any way to figure out what this is, its purpose, how to use it, if it can be used, or if it's
Look, the manual is still in its bag.
yeah.
I don't know. All I see is some graffiti. Somebody tagged this. It looks like.
Yeah. So as you kind of walk up with Ash, you kind of look to see that all of the pedestals that come up have carved in motifs and imagery on the such.
Okay.
Each pedestal that isn't smashed, except for the middle one, has a open domed mouth, and underneath these domed mouths have these markings. The one to the west has a marking of rain and water, as the one to the east has a marking of winds. The one to the south.
Is this like in Fifth Element, where I gotta be blowing on the wind one to see if the little thing pops up?
As the one to the south.
Mountains.
Usually that's how it works, yeah.
Are flames. The one to the north is smashed and doesn't have the dome receptacle part, but shows trees. And the center pedestal, a little bit forward on this 5-foot disc platform, is about 2 feet tall, while the others are 4 feet tall, and has something written on it that
Nobody can read.
none of you can read.
That none of you can read.
What?
None of us can read. So if I see something written on it, can I tell what it looks like and just be is anyone? Does it look like a language or runes or?
Let's see. Looking at everyone's, I think Himi, you're probably the only one. I would say Himi and Ash would be the only ones that can decipher maybe what this is. For only an intelligence check. Not to decipher, but just to see what it is.
Just straight intelligence?
Yep.
Ooh, no. Why did it roll twice? Crap!
What'd you get, Bryan?
Badness.
13.
13? All right. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Himi, this isn't really part of things that you've studied or anything like that.
Yeah,
Ash,
this is
you've
book
seen
learning.
This, you've seen this in some you've seen these markings in some like music that you've heard and seen written, but you've never learned to do it yourself. This is druidic.
Get the ocarina out.
What is it, Ash?
It looks to be druidic. If only we had Trevor, he probably could read this. But I mean, I only know Sylvan. It's kind of close, but not enough. Sorry.
Well, if we can't read it, then perhaps we can make sense out of these pillars ourselves.
So there's 4 pillars. They're all 4 feet tall, except for the north one, which is 2 feet tall. The thing in the middle is the disc is 2 feet, and they all depict nature.
The thing in the middle, it's just a disc on like top of its own pillar, right?
It's a disc. No, it's a disc where you stand, a standing like a platform, and on the in front of the platform rose another pillar that has this druidic writing on it.
Do you think you might attempt to read it aloud?
I don't even know what this is. I don't know how to pronounce what I'm looking at.
Oh, give it a try.
What?
So you try to read it, and it comes out as druid.
Yeah.
Druid.
I mean, if I just saw random runes, like, I don't know if I'd know what sounds are associated with them, you know?
I apologize. I don't know druidic myself, so I can't say what it is in druidic. So it is just lines of druidic text.
Yeah.
Well,
I do not know even how to begin trying to decipher this or speak it aloud. But should we? Does anyone want to try and see what happens when we try and activate the elemental pedestals?
That would be my guess, is that we have to do something symbolic with these pillars. I'm not entirely sure if we need to just put like water in the water one, or maybe cast a spell. Akiko, would you mind throwing a firebolt into the mouth of the fire one, please?
Oh, gladly.
Sure. So, conjure the flame into your hand as you throw it in there. As it goes in, the firebolt makes impact. It hits the pedestal, disperses. Nothing happens.
Ooh. I would like to make a little seed grow on the one to the north with my druid craft.
What are you trying to make?
I'll put in a little bit of dirt, and I'll take a little seed that I have, and put it in the thing and try to grow it on the northern pedestal.
All right, sure. So, do this, and you cast your druid craft, and you see a little sprout come out from dirt. Tink, tink. 2 little leaves come out of the sprout.
Okay, just a thought. Do we want to try and do this all at the same time on these things? Ash,
Right.
what if you were to put that leaf on the center, a little dais there?
The leaf?
Did we not pluck one of the silver leaves?
Ash, you said you were still holding on to the silver leaf?
What happens if we were to just place it?
So to say for the thing, the pedestals all rose when Ash walked up to it.
Ash, what if you stand in the center? Do you want to try
All right.
doing
I'll stand.
that?
All right, stand in the
I'm
middle.
ready for 5 fireballs to hit me at one time.
So you stand in the center.
I do.
Nothing happens.
Mm.
Okay, but what if we all now try and activate while he's standing there in the center with the leaf?
Right. Do you have the ability to conjure air?
Well, I can.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. Yes.
Druidcraft can make a little puff of wind, yeah?
So we have Earth in the north one. I can put water in the west. Hemi, if you'd like to huff and puff on the east one, and then
Yes.
Akiko, while we do that, conjure some flame in the south one.
All right, we'll give it a try.
I'm gonna take some of the water that was conjured from the cooking coffee from the alchemy jug, and just kind of wait to pour it in.
All right, so you all get yourselves ready. Ash standing in the center as you all splashing and throwing and everything as it all goes in, and you see that as you blow into it, dust kind of poofs out of it as it's rather dirty and old and weathered. And as you throw water onto it, you see that it kind of like some sticks to it from the dirt that's on it. The rest of it splashes out, and the firebolt goes in and it chars some of the stone, and nothing happens.
All right.
Wait a second. I go to the... Remy, was it wet over there? In the one in the water one?
I made it wet.
Was it wet beforehand?
I don't believe so.
No.
Akiko, you did your fire thing before from far, right?
Yes.
I did my thing there. The only clue so far is that what Hemi's was wet beforehand. So I would like to go to where Hemi was.
What do you mean?
You only said that Hemi was the only one that had moisture on it, and the things were sticking to it.
I don't think I said moisture. I just said it was dirty.
Like
so when
dust-
she blew,
dusty.
like dust and stuff blew off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's flavor to say that like what you did was like you didn't really
Useless.
Well,
Yeah.
I think, and it probably is pretty obvious, but we should probably figure out what the druidic means. Does anybody have that in their repertoire? If we were to sleep and recollect ourselves magically, would anyone be able to magically understand languages?
Let me think for a minute. Just really quick look at it.
I'm going to put the only other thing I can think of, you guys, I put like the one that gave me the hives and the fire, put the one that numbed and the wind, and then like the silver leaf in the water one.
Did you put the silver leaf in or on anything, Ash?
No, but just holding it.
Can you maybe try putting that one in the forest one?
We'll put it on the center thing with the druidic on it.
Yeah, that works too.
Right? Isn't
All
that its
right.
own pedestal?
It is, but it does not have the same receptacle mouth kind of thing that the other pedestals have. And the forest one is smashed and broken, and it does not have a receptacle either.
I'll do what I said. And I'll put it
Wait. I'm real dumb. I'm sorry. My dears. We are trying to get this thing to work, but one of these is broken. So I am wondering if I'm maybe just sit here and rest and possibly focus on some of my spells and maybe study a bit. And I'm gonna try and rest. Can I try and take mending? How long do I have to rest to switch out a
You
spell?
cannot switch out cantrips.
Yeah, you can't switch cantrips. But Akiko already looked, or someone already looked. You don't see the rest of this statue. So most of the spells that you have do not regenerate things that aren't there for you to attach back together. So it's just the statue is there broken, and there is no of the other piece.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna take off one of my scarves, and I'm gonna lay it down, and I'm gonna start setting out cards, and I'm gonna cast. I don't have it anymore. Oh, I didn't. I took something else. Never mind. I was gonna cast augury to try and get some answers.
I'm gonna go to the wind one and put in the numbing herb in the little mouth. Hopefully it's hungry. And the east one. The south one I'm gonna put in the one that gave me hives. The west one I'm gonna put the silver leaf.
In that order?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you walk to the east,
Might as well do it clockwise.
when you walk to the east, you don't have to walk. They're very close together. You can stay in your standing position or reach. Put the east one with that herb. You put the south one with the other herb.
Mm-hmm.
And you put the west one with the silver leaf. And as you stand there and watch, your feet start to get wet. And as you look down, you see a puddle of water form out of the disc. And that puddle of water scoops up, engulfs you, and lifts you up into the air.
Guys, what's going on?
What did we do? What did we do?
Why am I always getting picked up?
What did you do?
I don't even know if I can talk. I mean,
Yeah.
So you're currently submerged in water, held in a sphere of water that is slowly moving towards the ground. You take 4 points of cold damage. And you're dropping towards the ground.
How high up is he?
You're considered grappled.
I would like to get out of this if possible.
All right, make a strength athletics check. All right. As you fail to fight and get out of the current, you take 2 points of cold damage as you start to get closer towards the ground.
Is he like? Can we reach him or?
Do you like to?
Yeah, I'd like to reach in and try to grab him out of this.
Yeah.
Right. You reach in. You take 3 points of cold damage.
Sure.
As Ash, make another strength athletics check.
I did.
All right. You take 6 points of cold damage, as now the orb is now touching the sphere. Is Remy still trying to help?
Yeah,
Wait, did you roll with advantage?
No.
Roll with advantage. Remy's helping you. All right. Remy grabs your arm, and as you come out, he rips you out of the orb as the orb comes down, and it compresses down, and you see the tension of the water as it compresses on the ground, and it smashes into the ground and splashes outward.
Nice.
I don't think that would be good for me if I'd stay there. Thank you, Remy.
Are you okay, Ash? What did you do?
Well, I thought, maybe druids and herbs. I made the little herb grow in the north, and I went over to the east, south, and west, and just put in some of the herbs that we found.
Well, you made progress. Maybe what would happen if you put the silver leaf in a different mouth? You put it in the water one, correct?
Aye.
And that seems to be what triggered it. What if you put the silver leaf in the wood one?
It's broken.
Well, we're looking for a cave, right?
Yes.
Well, what if you put it in the earth one?
That is the wood one.
Oh.
It's broken.
I guess I'll do it on the wind. It's right next to the tree one.
Okay.
And I don't think the flame one's gonna be too good.
Everyone step back, and Ash, run out of there when you put it in.
Yeah, after I take a little short rest in order to spend some hit die. If
Are
I
you
can.
that hurt?
Well, wait, I can. Yeah, how hurt did you get from that?
I took 7 points of damage.
Okay, here, I'll look at you and be like, here, take, and I'll just put a hand on your shoulder. Before you go in there again, let's get you patched up a little, and I'll cast Healing Word on you.
I feel so much better. Remy, do you want to do your little thing too?
I can, sure. I'll click down on the hat, and the gears start turning, and the light in the front will turn green, and a aura of magical energy will disperse amongst everyone, giving everyone how much? 10 HP. I'll let you know. Continue on.
Mm-hmm. So I'll put the silver leaf in the wind. I'll keep the south one with the high one, and then I'll put the numbing one in the rain.
All right. So as you stand in the center, you place, you take out the other numbing. What do you do first? You take out and then put in?
I take everything out, and then I put in the silver leaf in the wind one. In the
As you
eastern.
put the silver leaf in the wind one, before you move on to the next, wind starts to conjure from the sphere, and in the same fashion scoops you up. And
when this starts happening, I'm going to just put out my hand and cast resistance on Ash.
Resistance to what?
It's just resistance. He can add a d4 to his saving throws.
Okay.
But I'm like sitting here, I'm pretty sure
Why does this happen to
it's
me,
concentration, so I'm like, I have to hold it while this is happening.
So Ash, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as this wind sphere starts to carry itself down towards the cylindrical plate.
All right, Ash, reach my hand.
Can I jump?
If you're currently grappled again, Remy, as you reach in to help Ash, you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sure.
And
Ash, I
Ash,
don't even need the help.
Oh, well.
As you reach in, he grabs you and you pull yourself out. And as you see the wind start to fall, it slowly reaches towards the ground as it touches and it compresses and it presses. As it goes, it disperses. And the wind sphere is gone.
Okay, I think I get the gist. Can we... Are there silverleaf bushes around?
Yeah, we found a bunch of them walking.
We should go grab 3 more leaves. And then if we activate everything at the same time...
We'll take 400 points of damage, yeah.
Or we'll open a gate. I don't know. Something.
All right.
Unless you would like to try your hand at the fire one.
Remy,
Yes,
Does anyone want to roll an intelligence check based on what he said?
I will.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I need someone to roll against what he just said.
Okay.
You can't roll against yourself.
Just straight
I'll-
intelligence.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
What you gather from his statement and the pedestals you have is that being that one of the pedestals is broken, that putting all of them in at the same time couldn't possibly be an answer.
My dear, but one of them is broken. I do not think that is possible. One of them is broken. Do you have anything, Mr. Clever, creator of magical devices and things? Do you have anything that can build stone or something in place to try and repair this one broken pedestal?
Well,
Ash,
Yeah?
didn't you say one of the herbs you put on burned a little bit?
Burnt me or
Just
Yeah,
burned
weren't you
in general, right?
weren't you the one testing the herbs?
oh yeah, one give me a little bit some little hives and show my arm.
Perhaps
Unless
there.
like it. So to give clarification to this, it didn't really. It burned like it was a medical reaction to something, like when you rub something on you or
Gotcha.
whatever.
Okay.
It's not like his arm lit on fire or any of this such. It's more like an ointment type reaction when you crush the herb and gather it.
Okay.
All right. I mean, there's only one left. Let's do the fire one, I guess.
Oh, that seems like a terrible idea. Ash, give me one moment. I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic real quick,
Sure.
and I'm guessing I'm going to find magic on all of them except for the broken one. Correct?
Yeah, as you see when you pings, all of this is magical. All of the stones are magical except for the broken one. And the rock formation that you saw, the strange rock formation, is also magical.
Huh. Well, Ash, do you mind? I know it's broken, but can you just go put the silver leaf in that one, please? Just like
Lay it on top of it.
Yeah, like how you put how you were growing the plant, but to just put it on top of it, just in case.
All right, I'll do that.
As you stand in the center, nothing happens.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I quickly put it into the fire one before they can talk me out of it.
You slap it into the fire one. And as you get yourself ready, you turn to look at the pedestal. And you see a flicker of flame start to dance around the frozen silver leaf. As the leaf starts to lift, a dance of fire and ice spins through the air as all of the pedestals start to retract. And the rock formation cracks to pieces as it crumbles to open a passageway down into the cave.
So do y'all feel like we needed to do it in this order, or was it always just put it in the fire one?
So roll a history check, anyone who wants to see.
Well, Trevor's notes did say something about a dance of fire and ice. We probably should have been less stupid about this.
Yeah,
17.
so as it seems everyone, and as what Remy just said, from what everyone has seen, that all of the theme of the visions is that it's been a constant struggle between the fire and the ice, and a dance to keep the balance between them, as the silver leaf is primarily a cold in nature, as it is used as the key to combat the fire, to open the cave.
You know, you guys, I thought, we found a fire, a plant that can do fire, one that can do water, one that can maybe do wind. It's like, oh yeah, this is what we got to do. I thought, oh my god, ice is a combination of air and water. Let's try.
Everyone good with the revelations?
Well, it's open now, so.
As you all prepare to enter the cave, we're going to stop to take our first break of the day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we'll reconvene after a short... Hello, everybody! And welcome. You're all back. And we are ready for descending into the cave. Is our party ready?
Yep, let's start walking.
All right. As you walk into the cave, you have the light from the sun setting as it's late afternoon, dropping towards evening. You still have the light coming in, but it is getting dark as you submerge into this cave. Almost like normal chiseled steps, but you're kind of walking on like natural rock formations going down into this cave. Who has dark vision? Everyone?
I have
Nope.
twilight as part of my night cleric, so I can see, like, even in magical darkness.
All right.
I cannot.
All right. So, anyone
I
who
can
doesn't
go
have
out
dark
front.
vision,
If anyone, as this gets darker, just stay behind me and try and listen for my footsteps.
Well, do we want to
Put a hand on my shoulder if you want, and I will lead the way.
If
I can't
we
reach
want,
your shoulder.
We can always just light a torch.
Does anyone have a torch?
Yes.
I never bring torches. I can just see.
I mean, we can continue in the dark, but do we want to light a torch?
Of course, of
Yes.
course.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Light the torch.
I'm lighting the torch.
all right. As you illuminate the torch, it does light your area. It's it's like a dark, like obsidian style stone. The farther you get down, as it gets like harder and harder rock. If you're putting your hand against the wall, some of it will crumble away. But as you're getting down lower and lower, the wall starts to get almost like a shiny, like tough obsidian. As you keep going, it gets darker and darker. As now that you've lit your torch, there is as you stop, your foot starts to go forward, pitfall. As you look down the pitfall, you do not see the bottom.
It's a good thing we lit the torch.
Can still see.
Is there
Timmy
another
can still see.
side? Is there another side to the pitfall?
Yes, this is actually just a small area. You can leap over it without an issue.
Okay. Everyone, can you make the jump? No problem. Even a Kiko.
Oh yes.
Kiko's the
And I'll
best
just
jumper.
Oh
hop
yeah,
right
yeah.
over.
Okay, I will
Easy.
gather up my skirt and hop over as well.
All right. So you continue to make your way down. The temperature starts to get hotter. The air gets drier and thinner as you're walking down.
That's not what I expected to hear.
The ground, you see from the end of your torchlight, the descent flattens to ground and goes forward. And as you look down to this descent, you see a glow. Everyone needs to make a constitution check as you continue to make your way into this.
Check or throw.
I believe it's a check. Well, let me double check the check.
Check.
I was gonna say after you're done talking, EG, I was going to have the hat disperse that greenish energy again, and everyone gets 8 temporary HP.
Sure,
which
sure.
replaces what you already have.
You know what? It's a saving throw. Let me get a saving throw. I forgot where I put this. It's not in my notes.
10.
I think
Oh,
that
oh, yeah.
only matters for Akiko and I.
Gotcha.
14.
Oh my.
All right. Anyone below 15, you need to take 1 point of exhaustion.
From just the dry air, or is this like fire stuff? Does Himmy feel
This
like
is
she
like-
should drink
it
a
is
fire
getting-
potion?
It is getting very hot as you descend, and you do see a glow, like there's probably fire down the legs.
Do we think that we should drink the potions now or save them? Because I don't know about you, and I'm gonna start like taking off my scarves and tucking them in my bag, but it is getting very warm in here.
Did anybody else expect like some ice, some nice cool area instead of always heat?
Well, something that contains an ice elemental would probably be extreme heat if we've figured that out from the trial above. DM, would I get advantage or anything because of my fire resistance?
Where are you getting your fire resistance from? Ring?
My armor of fire resistance.
Does it have anything to talk about like climate?
Mm-mm.
Does it help you give resistance to like climate effects? Because there are items that give like when you're in cold, you don't get
feel
cold,
cold.
when you're attuned to this item.
It does not.
Is it an attuned item?
It is.
I would say for this instance, probably not, because it doesn't
Okay.
say anything about climate.
Okay.
So this is like it's not like we're getting fire damage. It's just the climate.
No, it's just
the
that
elements.
it's getting harder to breathe,
Okay,
and
okay,
it's
okay.
taking more of your energy to exist in this area.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yep.
Don't you hate muggy weather?
I'm going to I'm gonna like just start like holding up my hand and like casting resistance on myself as I like go down.
All right,
Since I have to hold the spell.
gotcha. So you make your way down, and you get to the flattened part of the descent into the tunnel. As it opens up actually incredibly large, and prior to what you probably thought you'd see, you do see a forest in this underground tunnel.
Our modest
make your way
fellowship
through.
expands. Praise
There's a
the
path
sub.
of molten. There's lava is actually outstretched on the outer parts of this area. And as you make your way through, you see trees that are emblazoned with ember-like cracks in them. As you get to the end of this 100-foot opening, the
Do
ceiling is
you
very high.
have a map for us?
We have a map. It doesn't have a description of the area. It's just the area that you are going to be in.
Okay.
Whoops.
Oh god.
Don't look. No one look.
Oh no. What
Don't worry,
was that?
that was left over from the last time you guys fought.
Yeah, that looks like the.
Uh-huh.
There it is.
Sure.
Wow, this sure does look like the Scorched Grove and where we fought the last.
So, FYI, I tried making a map, but it didn't go out well, so we have to use this. So, shit, fuck it, turn.
Just
Yeah,
use our imagination.
I was doing a dungeon draft map, and it just didn't come out the way I wanted to, so I ended up scrapping it because it didn't really give the portrayal that I wanted. but the earth beneath you is cracked and molten like the way you see it now, and it's like an open path with trees alongside of you. Towards the end, there's a very large tree that is twice the size of all the other trees. As you all approach, you'll hear. You'll see as you make your way up towards this area, the largest tree moves and branches turn to limbs.
I take a potion.
Here.
Is-
As you see in front of you, did this image pop up?
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Hit show to players. It's not
Ooh.
working. Okay, let me
Does it?
Edit and make it so that it's.
Yeah, just edit and give access to all the players
give
and I'll pull
access
it
to
up.
everyone. Yep. All players. All players. Save changes. All right, did it work?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, no, I can't see it.
It doesn't exist. Sorry.
So,
Oh god.
It's like a burning turtle tree. It's almost.
And does this seem does it seem malicious, or it's just going about its
it
business?
it seems like it's waking up. Its limbs are like cracking out of the ground that it inhabited as it stands up.
Everyone, drink a potion. Hurry.
Yes.
Potion?
Does
Potion?
everyone have one?
I
Or
don't.
do I need to pass them out? Okay, I will hand one to you then.
I'm fine.
Okay. Thank you kindly.
And then I will take one. Ash, do you need one?
I have, thank you.
Yeah. So as
let me
you,
just. I'll drink
What
some
the-
water, exercise my throat a little bit, because we're gonna be talking. Right.
so as
Are we talking?
this
Yes.
as this large ember tree creature comes out, it says, why? It's been so long.
Himmy's gonna just do like a very deep bow, and she's gonna be like, "Great old one. I am so sorry that we are here disturbing your work. But there is something wrong in the forest, and we require your help." And she's just like hoping that this works.
Peculiar guests. You are not tenders.
We come on behalf of the tenders.
Ah. Then it is the artifact you seek.
Yes, please. The aspect of fire is loose in the forest.
You're right. It's just south of here.
A trial we seek, then.
Of course.
Come, little ones, take this artifact from me. as
I don't know.
he comes up.
Himmy's gonna hold out her hand. Of course. Please hand
And
it over. We
Oakheart
graciously
reaches-
accept.
He reaches the ground with both of his hands. One hand brings up a clump of stone, as the other, his roots, lay into the ground. As he lifts his arm, the roots attached from his fingers to the ground snap. And a tree next to him,
Oh man.
not as big as him, but still rather large and burning, animates next to him. As he says, "We shall begin the trial." I'd like you to roll initiative.
Perhaps you could just come with us.
Are we to defeat this creature as part of the trial? She's gonna just call out to him. Oh, 11 initiative. Off.
That's my thing.
No, Himmy. We gotta engage in debate with him, right? That's what he means by trial.
I just don't want to. He seems like a guardian of the forest or something. I don't really want to fight him if that's not what we are supposed to do. We're supposed to be helping the forest, not engaging in battle with it.
Well, seeing as he said it was a trial, and how he says brings another little one of his to start possibly attacking and looking menacing like, I feel like we are about to fight.
Yeah, he wants to talk, reaching down for a clump of stone.
He totally picked up that clump of stone to show us.
You know, Ash,
stone.
it is never, it's never not worth a try. And she's gonna ready herself for battle.
Don't worry, guys. If we get into too much trouble, I still have one more horse left.
Oh no.
Okay, you get on the horse.
No, you.
I don't know. The horse is gonna fall down on the stairs again, so they're gonna be a little root.
All right. So, Ash, you will be first. So think about what you want to do as we
Alright.
set ourselves up for.
Far is everyone from me? That is too far.
So, you're first. What would you like to do?
Do I feel like he wants us to attack him as well, or just a little copy?
He reached into the ground to pick up a large clump of stone.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing he wants to throw it at us, right?
Probably.
All right. Then I would like to see. Are they within range of each other? Yes, they are.
He's going to educate us on the element of earth.
No, I'm gonna do a little hypnotic pattern.
Not a pattern.
Yeah, as I'll start saying, really, we should just talk about this, right? And as I start talking, like little bits of rainbow start spilling out of my mouth and going in front of their eyes.
All right. So what's the saving throw?
Wisdom, disadvantage.
And this is to how many?
2, 16.
Both of them?
Mhm.
All right. Said disadvantage?
Yes, because of my instrument.
All right. 15.
And then you never get a save again. Fails.
Fails. All right. That's the
Unless they're
little guy.
immune to charm, remember.
They are not. I was looking for that. All right. And 19 with disadvantage.
Makes it.
All right. So the large one, what did you say it was?
Why don't you stay and talk? And as I say the word stay, like little bits of rainbow start going out of my mouth and going in front of them.
All right, so Oakheart, as he sees this thing waft over, he's, oh, I have been asleep far too long. What is this? And he falls under the trance of your hypnotic pattern. This individual, however, still lumbers forward.
Mhm. All right, and then I just have my bonus action, which I'm gonna be selfish and not inspired, and just walk over here.
All right, is that the end of your turn?
Oh yeah.
Sure. So do I get a save or anything? It is now Oakheart's turn.
He does not get a save. The only thing that breaks is his damage, or somebody else uses an action to shake him out of it.
Cool, cool. All right, so he's incapacitated for 1 minute as he sits there and looking at the rainbow. This individual, he will move forward to you, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, it's Oakheart's turn, not this guy's turn. He will not move forward. Remy, you're up.
All right, let's see what we can do here. I'm going to move a little forward. I just want to see probably right there or so, in between Hemi and Ash. Then I'm going to pull. So Remy's kind of battle appearance has changed a little bit since we've done our last shopping. He's now in his left hand clutching a kind of round shield that is made of metal and is kind of got a little glimmer to it. And as he kind of steps up and looks at the smaller one, from a pouch in the shield, pulls out this makeshift branch wand. And as he pulls it out, he kind of whips it around and points it at the smaller one and casts Ray of Frost.
Is that the wand stick thing that you like broke off the tree or whatever?
Yes, it is. And I don't know why I was rolling that advantage. Does a 16 hit?
16 just hits.
Oh, sweet. Okay. That's 3d6 cold damage. Wow. That is 8 cold damage.
All right. 8 cold damage as you take your wand and you whip it in front, and a new casting spell swirls from your wand and shoots. Hits the mini Oakheart as it dives into his bark. And then it just cracks off as it just hit and made contact, but did not do enough damage to really leave a lasting blow onto it.
All right, let's do this. Ending my turn.
All right, great. So it's mini Oakheart's turn. He's going to lift his arm. And you're going to take 2 slam attacks against you, Ash. First one is a...
Man, why are you doing it against me? Why not Remy? He's the one that hit him.
He has an intelligence of very low, so he's walking forward. He hits you with a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And another 22. Look at that. All right, so you will take
1 billion damage.
almost.
Can't be that much.
You'll take
Hope it's less than 24.
22 bludgeoning damage
Ooh, just enough.
and 5 fire damage. 2 different instances of damage.
Remember.
Oh,
you do
okay.
have- You do have 8 temporary hit points.
I do. I did.
You did.
And that was his first. That was his first hit.
Mm-hmm.
The second hit, you'll take.
That was the first hit? Oh no, guys.
You did roll 2 22s though.
Take 12 points of bludgeoning damage
Mm-hmm.
and another 5 points of fire damage.
Oh man.
All right, and I'm resistant to fire.
All right. And that's going to be the end of his turn as he brings his fist down on the first time and smashes down right onto you. Right onto you. As you foot up and you try and resist, but it kind of cracks you into the earth a little bit as some of the flame bursts out of the ground and the fire from its fist just rains down on you as you resist. And the second one, he comes around and he rakes across you and it hits across your body. And it's pretty swift, large swing at your small exterior. That's going to be the end of its turn. Hemi, you're up.
Okay. Himi's going to look out, and she is going to cast Bane on these creatures.
All right, charisma saving throws, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And here, there you go. And then she is going to call forth her spiritual weapon.
Those are 2 first level spells.
Choose one or the
Those
other.
are two spells. You can do one or the other.
Oh, I thought I could. Okay. Man, I
Alright.
always get so confused about how spiritual weapon works. Like, I thought it's a bonus action spell that you can do.
It is, but
It
it's
is.
they're both spells, so you can do spell, cantrip in the same turn.
I see. Okay,
Yes, spell, cantrip.
then she is going to look at both of them and cast Word of Radiance.
Is
Then.
that okay?
In addition to Bane.
It still has to be action, bonus action. So okay, spells, action, bonus action are
The
what you
bonus
get in the
action
turn.
has it's like spell and bonus action. It's spell and bonus action spell.
Let me
Right?
The rule?
Let me simplify this more. So you have spells in a turn. You have an action and a bonus action.
Right.
You can take both of those as long as one of those are a cantrip and the other is a spell. It doesn't matter what the order is, but you can never cast 2 spells in the same turn. Just remember that is a flat line for spell casting. You can never cast 2 leveled spells in the same turn.
So Word of Radiance though is a cantrip.
Oh,
But
it's
it's
a
also-
cantrip?
but
No,
it's
but it's
also-
also
It's
an
an
action.
action.
It's also an action.
Okay, so cantrips only as bonus action spells, or
No.
unless the spell.
You can use it either way. So you have to use an action and a bonus action. So you'd have to have one of each, and then separately, one of them has to be like if one of them the spell, the other one can't be a leveled spell.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
So if you-
the cantrip could be the action or the bonus action. It doesn't matter.
So your conditions for this are a leveled spell and a cantrip, bonus action or action, but they all can't be each other. They're all their own condition.
Okay.
It's either you cast an action spell, bonus action cantrip, or action cantrip, bonus action spell.
So it has to say specifically bonus action in it.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I was
In
saying. Okay,
casting
so
time.
a bonus action spell and a spell, whether cantrip or otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So then just Bane. And again, Spiritual Weapon is not a bonus action spell the first time you cast it.
It is a bonus action spell, but Bane and Spiritual Weapon are both leveled spells.
Okay. It's
They're level
complicated.
1
All
or
right.
higher.
Okay, so just Bane then is what I'm doing.
All right, yeah, so they both failed. They're both baned.
Okay.
And that is the end of your turn, correct?
Yeah.
All right. He is currently incapacitated if you would like to move. He cannot take reactions.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna scoot back a little. Yeah, I'm gonna scoot back to here.
All right. Great. Akiko, you're up.
All right. Seeing everything going on, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look over at Ashy Boy and Remy, and I'll say, go fast, and cast haste. What's it called?
Twin.
Using twin. Yeah,
twinning it. So you're gonna
basically.
twin haste on Ash and Remy.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Let me
That'll
go
surely help.
Ooh, very nice.
And I'm gonna hop this away. Or actually, no, I
Alright.
lied. I don't want to do that. Actually, screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I had flashbacks to like the flame wave. Hopefully, this guy doesn't do that.
Yeah, hopefully. So, is that the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Ash,
Mm-hmm.
you are now invigorated with hasteful movement at the same time. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, as we are at the 20 mark.
17.
All right,
20.
16. All right.
16.
Take another point of exhaustion. Is it 10?
Okay. Akiko.
20.
All right, great. Everyone 15 or lower everyone lower than 15 takes a point of exhaustion. As the heat swells from beneath your feet, as it almost hurts to stand on it. But for those of Ash and such who have magical greaves, don't feel the effects of the burning ground too much, as the heat is getting to some of you, causing you to sweat a bit more and have a harder time breathing and needing to loosen up your armor a little bit to let some air through. Ash, it is now your turn.
I will, as a bonus action, cast Shillelagh, since it's a bonus action thing on a staff that I have.
All right.
And then I'm going to attack using my action to do the attack action, one hit.
All right.
That's a 15 plus 23.
Yeah, you hit.
All right, and then that's that'll be 10 points of damage, bludgeoning.
All right. As you crack the staff, at first the staff goes to hit and it almost rebounds, but it pressures through and it actually knocks this creature slightly back as you hit it, as it is turned into a magical weapon, correct?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, doesn't it turn it into magical damage? It's magical.
Sure it
bludgeoning.
does.
Yeah, it becomes magical. My apologies. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
And then I will also with that use my haste extra action to do disengage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. The creature, as you disengage, you smacked the creature as it kind of had a shockwave sent through its body. It goes to want to rake at you, but you're already out of its sight as you run back. At the end of your turn. All right. Oakhart, standing there with the rubble in his hand, goes to he's kind of swirling with that image of this rainbow that came out of you, as he is still entranced on this sense. It is now Remy's turn.
I'm guessing that the hasted action can't be used for a cantrip.
No, I believe haste is only attack action, dash, disengage, dodge, those kinds of
Hide
things.
or use an object.
Weapon tag. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Remy is going to back up a little bit. No, he's not. He's going to cast his. You know what he's going to do? He is going to take out a little bead from the side of his hat, and he's going to crush it and throw it in front of the smaller burning tree thing.
Okay.
And a loud piercing noise is going to erupt from underneath it, and he is casting Shatter.
All right, so that's a con saving throw.
Yes, a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
And then would you count now? He's not inorganic material. Never mind.
What? Speak up.
So anything that's inorganic material gets disadvantage, but he's not inorganic, so it's
Correct. Ooh, but it doesn't matter. For he rolls a natural 1. He only
nice.
has like plus 10.
All right.
So
he takes 11 thunder damage.
all right, so
And-
11 thunder damage.
Remy is going to run up and just say, "Hey, stupid, focus on me." And and you watch as the hat, the color changes to blue,
All right.
and that's his turn.
Did you use your hasted action?
I don't have any weapons.
Oh, you got rid of your crossbow?
Yeah, and I mean, unless you, I mean, I didn't get rid of it, but pulling it out and taking a fire
Gotcha.
with it, is
Perfect.
that fine?
It's a.
It's not a hand crossbow.
Oh, it's not a hand crossbow. Yes, you need 2 hands to fire the crossbow. You're
Yeah,
holding
so
you have a shield on.
Yeah, and I have a shield.
Gotcha. Okay. You can make an unarmed strike if you want, but we can move on after that. So is that the end of your turn?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. The creature, this shattering thunderous might hits the creature as he dazes a little bit and comes back as he sees you beneath him. He's gonna take 2 attacks at you.
Oh, please don't.
All right. The first one is going to be a
Didn't
17.
you just tell him to
17
focus
does
you?
not hit.
17 does not hit. The next one is going to be a 23.
That will hit.
All right. So you will take 20 points of bludgeoning damage as he comes down on you. With the first one he misses, and the second one he rakes up. And as he rakes up, his claw turns and knuckles you as he knocks you back a little bit. And fire reeks from his arm as it hits you. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of fire damage.
Okay, reduced to 3 because I'm.
Tell you, my D6 rolls are on fucking fire,
Yeah, I
pun
see that.
intended.
All right.
And the mini heart is. And end his turn. Next up, Hemi.
Okay. I am going to channel my divinity and cast out where is it?
Let's see.
Invocation of Night. There we go. I'm just going to put out darkness on these 2 creatures.
Are you casting darkness?
No,
On them,
invocation.
though.
It's a short dark.
Technically. So they need to
PG,
make
are
a
you letting her
Constitution
cast
saving
dark?
throw, and then I am going to cast my spiritual weapon.
Gotcha. All right, so this is 30 feet from you. So
Yeah.
as long as you're within that 30 feet of them, good to go.
Yep. So, like, I
Uh,
kind of want to do it like
oh yeah, you're way within
up
it, so
here.
you're fine.
I kind of want to do it up here, like, so it gets both of them, but doesn't
Yeah.
get Remy.
I know. I think you can designate.
Okay, then just them. Yep.
Let me take a look again.
Yeah.
Each hostile creature,
Okay.
so you can
Yep.
designate.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So save to blind. What's the save?
Constitution.
Constitution.
Oh, good.
15.
15.
As likely, Oakhart. Does this affect hypnotic pattern at all?
He doesn't take damage.
He doesn't take
It's-
damage, yeah,
it's
but
just a
there's a
save.
magical effect that's affecting him again. Okay, just making sure. So Oakhart is now currently, you hear, where did the colors go?
Adorable.
He is now blinded and unable to see the hypnotic pattern. But I am assuming still charmed and still patterned.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
still
Colors
waiting
go.
there. Maybe it'll come back.
Okay.
So he's incapacitated, baned, charmed, blinded. As this creature is actually, let me roll the d4.
Yes.
Actually, no, he's gonna make it. It's like a 26.
Okay. Well,
Minus-
I'm
minus
spiritual
1.
weaponing him. 18 to hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Okay. Sweet. I'm just gonna call forth my spiritual weapon, and it's gonna just rush into him,
All right. As you rush,
and then kind of reappear back at my side.
yeah, it's gonna impact against the creature as it reacts to the impact, and the spiritual core disperses and reforms back to you. Thematically, it still has to stay within its area because it only gets 20 feet of movement. Thematically, it'll come back to you. And he takes what, 12 points of damage?
Yeah. Also, the bane is gonna drop since spiritual weapon is
Spiritual weapon is not a concentration.
It's not concentration, Brian.
Nope. Spiritual
Brian
weapon
was
is not
wrong.
Yeah.
concentration.
Oh my god. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
You-
Collective Soul Feed.
Okay.
My apologies.
Okay. So never mind.
All right. So
Brian's giving me bad advice.
as you smack the spiritual weapon into the creature, it starts to crumble and it goes down to a knee as it tries to bring itself up. And is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn. Yes.
All right. With that hit, a bunch of his bark was thrown off and dispersed into the wind. Next up, Akiko.
I'd just like to mention that Ash muted his mic so he can rethink his life now. All right.
Me?
so-
No. It's the dogs. I'm just looking out for y'all.
Oh, he's so nice. All right. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this medium bad guy over here. And what is the I'm gonna go ahead and cast this and say, let's take a look in your mind.
What are you
with-
casting?
It is Mind Thrust. DC 15 Intelligence save.
Let's see. Does it need to be in? Is this one of those spells where like it has to have intelligence or anything like that, or no? No, right?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, cool. So intelligence saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay. 14 minus 5
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
minus 2, so it doesn't make it.
14 didn't make it on its own.
Yeah.
All right, so the damage was kind of sad, but 7 psychic damage.
All right, 7. And what's the effect of it?
On its next turn, it must choose whether it gets to move, an action, or a bonus action. It only gets one of the three.
Move, action, or bonus action.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And I'm going to take a few steps back here.
All right, great. So that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
Next up, Constitution saving throws, everyone. As the heat is rising into you.
Come on, dice. Oh, no.
4.
18.
14.
13.
Okay, everyone but Ash, you take another point of exhaustion as the heat rides into you.
This is
Good
not
feel.
So
good.
3 of us have second level exhaustion, right?
I have
Yes, which
third
is speed is
level.
halved.
Yeah, speed is halved and disadvantage on ability checks.
I have
I-
third level.
So disadvantage
You have
on
third
saving
level,
throws.
disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm screwed, guys.
All right.
Okay.
So Ash, you're up. As
Okay.
a lot of you are feeling the heat as time is ticking during this fight.
All right. How long did it take for us to walk down those stairs?
Decent amount of time.
Not 1 minute though, right?
More than 1 minute.
That sucks for me. All right, I'm going to go over here. Take 2 attacks. This one,
All right.
as my core stat grows a little bit, the first one misses. Second one is a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
10 points of damage.
All right. Another 10.
And
right.
I will take my bonus action and take 2 attacks at him, even though I know he's going to be not that good. Unarmed.
All right.
22. Natural 20.
All right, they both hit.
Okay, first one. 8 on magical. Second
All
one.
right.
3. 8 again. Non-magical.
All right. So your fists, as they try to meet him, you bah, after your staff hit. Your staff hit or did hit? Yeah, you used
hit
both
one
your
time.
actions. Yeah. You hit, and then you pop with your bonus boxing lessons from your roots, and your fists come out swollen and like singed a little bit as you come back, and you got the tough guy look going on, but your fists are hurting as you really couldn't break through its bark too easily.
Is it look? Y'all, I got to do something about this. And that's my turn.
All right.
Don't you
Card
have
is
your-
up. He says
Don't you have your hasted action?
he did
Are you-
use it.
Oh, okay.
Where did the lights go?
As he makes a
I
con
love
save.
him. I love him. I know we're like fighting him, but I love him.
And that's gonna be an answer. Remy, you're up.
He makes a con save to break out of the blind.
Oh, okay. Is that the end of his turn?
He can break out of the blind and be like, there they are.
Oh, there's the light. As he kind of like drops the rocks to his side, he says, it has been too long. And Remy, it's your turn. He broke free.
Oh my god. Rennie is going to use his hasted action to disengage and back up. Guys, I'm getting a little hot. And is going to fire his wand, fire a ray of frost at the smaller one at disadvantage. Rip. Just rip. 13. Probably not going to hit.
13 doesn't make it.
And as he kind of turns away, a bolt of blue light fires from the hat. Now, this is a separate thing from me. Does it have disadvantage as well because of my exhaustion, or?
This is your turret, right?
Yeah.
Your turret, I think, acts as its own kind of thing, so I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Come on. Okay, cool. That is like 23 to hit,
Yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
and that is 10 force damage.
All right. So, Remy, how do you want to do this?
Remy falls to one knee and kind of looking back, points his wand off to the side, and the ray completely misses, and then almost in a fainting kind of motion, kind of stumbles, and the hat just kind of redirects and goes and fires off into the center of this creature.
Right. So, as the bolt fires off and hits the center of this creature, the creature starts to lean down and get on a knee. And as it goes down, Ash, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Loves it. Actually, I'm pretty good at these. 22.
Yeah, you're fine. His chest starts to glow and open up, and as he looks up as like an explosion comes from his chest. Although it is rather small scale, you're able to jump away from it and keep yourself up and ready. As it blows, it falls into the earth and just lays there at a dull magma glow that's still glowing a little bit, but much duller than before.
Mm-hmm.
As the time continues, and Oakheart is incapacitated.
You guys, just let me do some talking. Remy, you're not looking too good, and neither are y'all too.
Yes, I think that maybe was the trial. Now we talk to him.
I would like to suggest, Adam.
I'm gonna throw a healing word at you though, Ash.
Yeah, sure. I would like to suggest Adam and be like, you suggestion. We already killed that one. Why don't you take it as if we pass the trial and then give us the staff?
Is it the staff?
Or the artifact.
So as you do this, you break your concentration on the hypnotic pattern to conjure a suggestion of it. And as the colors disappear and the dark burning insides of this area proceed, Oakheart turns to you and looks to you and say, "You have fooled me once already, little one." Looks over to the burned down tree. It says, "But it appears I have missed the show." Kind of looks to the rest of you, says, "First things are over, then."
Yeah, looks like it.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you enjoyed the time watching the pretty lights, no? Everybody always likes it when I do that.
He leans down. He puts his hand down onto the destroyed animated tree. And similar to what he did before, except he lifts up the tree, and the roots from his fingers dig into the earth. And as he does this, they snap. And instead of the tree animating, it reroots it, and the limbs come into themselves. The extra limbs come in as the other limbs become tree branches, and the ember lights up again as the tree replants itself into the earth, and the ember flows through it again as he brought life back to this dead tree. Appears that he is kneeling down and looking towards you guys. And he kind of looks over and says, "Appears the trial is over."
Yes.
He reaches into the crevice in his chest. And you see the bark kind of break out from him. And you see this shard that looks like this. As he hands it down to you in its palm. The flame in his palm subsiding around the sitting of this icicle staff. He says, "You all may take this. Do what you must."
Thank you, Elkhart. Somebody else pick it up.
Thank you.
I'll grab it.
Hemi will take. Oh, okay.
I'll hop up and grab it.
All right.
Hemi will give him a little look.
You grab it. Make a con saving throw. No, don't worry about it. You're good to go. As you take it, into your hand, you didn't have to, but it's incredibly cold to the touch. As you hold it, it makes your fingers numb. And it's just hard to hold. You have to wrap your hands in towels, and it's still really cold to the touch. You have to keep throwing it back and forth in your hand, and you're unable to actually hold it in a single hand for too long. You're gonna end up getting like frostbite.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess I
Elkhart
can't
kinda-
use it as my personal staff.
Not currently. Elkhart gets up. He retreats back to his area that he sat at, and he sits down into the roots. And he kind of starts to lose his bipedal appearance as his arms turn back to roots. The cave in his chest starts to close.
Elkhart, before you go, what can you tell us of the aspect of fire?
As he's transforming into it, says, "All you can do is within the dance of the elements." As he
Thank you, Elkhart.
turns back into the tree he was before. The embers ignite brightly as he reroots himself and then loses the facial features.
So we need to learn how to dance?
I think it is the same as above. We must use the ice to counter the fire. But
What-
let us get out of here before we collapse.
Yes, let's. It is very, very warm. Let's return to the surface.
Yeah, everyone make another Constitution saving throw.
Uh-huh.
How dare you?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
The heat actually subsides now a little bit as Oakhart sits back in. The heat retracts. It's still hot and so hard to breathe, but it's not like how when you entered the cave.
Honestly, like, I was gonna say, if that fight had gone on very much longer, I would have died.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, you would have. The next level drops you to 0 speed. Is that right? And then after that,
Carry
you
you
just...
out of here.
Half health, 0 speed, and death.
Yeah.
But we have the borealis. Would everyone be okay with going directly back to the avium? And I hold out the medallion sigil they gave us. It would save us some time.
Do
But
we
why-
need to go back?
But why the avium?
Well, the avium is closer to the Aldehots than this is. Plus, I mean, on the map, it looks closer at least.
So it would be the same distance through the forest,
Yeah.
but you can instantly teleport to a safe place. Is what he's trying to say.
I mean, true.
Well, we would still need to travel to the Alderheart, but if you want to go to Avium right now and rest,
Well,
Yeah.
we could do that.
we do need to go back to the avium at some point to tell them about our plans.
Yeah.
I mean, now that we
If you
have-
insist.
And perhaps somebody can give us some insight on the staff as well, and how to use it.
Right, and I'd rather not travel close to the scorched grove like this.
Yes.
And he looks like
Yes.
he's melting.
All right. Well, go ahead
right,
and
let's do it.
activate it, and we will go back.
Okay.
How do we use it? Do we all hold hands or something?
I
Oh.
don't know. Hold on.
DM.
Did they
It
only give
acts-
us one?
All
they
of
gave
you
us one
got
for each of us.
because all
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got
we
one
all
because
got
it's
one.
it's a faculty level pendant.
Okay,
So you all
let's
can
go.
use you all can use it.
All right. Himi will wait to make sure the others are activating theirs, and then she'll activate hers.
Beat me up, buddy.
All right. So you all kind of like as you all try to use this thing, the kind of like an arcane circle gets drawn around you as it within the minute of you invoking the teleport rune, it kind of like an arcane circle out from your feet starts to draw itself, and at the completion of it drawing itself, it takes you within it, and you are now in a like a marbled stone room that is rather comfortably cold. As you see all around you are other drawn circles that you saw at your feet, already drawn on the ground. As you make your way in, all four of you kind of teleport into each section of this. As you hear a ding 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 ding, a door down the way opens. You see a perched guard with two servitor skeletons sitting there that say, "Good evening. State your business."
We are here to speak with the dean about the Scorched Grove. You seriously, have you not seen? We were just here.
Do you not recognize us?
Like we have been approved to be
Wait,
here.
she's gonna hold up the little thing, like, what?
You guys show your amulets.
Yeah.
Like, get out of the way, man. Where am I going?
All right, you guys show the amulets. Right. Thank you. You go ahead. He kind of steps to the side and opens the door for
That's right.
you and lets you go in.
Do you
How
know
else
who
would we have gotten
have?
here? Do you know who we are?
Excuse me.
It's your business. Mm.
Ay, ay, ay. The disrespect.
Yeah. So, where you guys headed? To the dean's office?
Yeah, just to the dean's office.
All right. So, you make your way down the hallways. You see that it is actually it's pretty late in the night. So the guard wasn't expecting this. I forgot this was all late afternoon, late evening event. So it is late in the night. If you would like, you can request to summon the dean, but he is not in his office at the time. If you you can request to summon him, or you can take the night to recover.
Yeah, if you want, we
So-
could Himmy will suggest that we wait until morning to talk to him, and meanwhile find some rooms to rest in, so Remy, you can get a little bit feeling better. And I know myself, I'm still pretty exhausted from our descent into that fire cave.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so I'm fine with just finding rooms and resting for the night.
Sure, yeah, you can go back to the dormitory that they gave you first the last time.
And just join
Um,
whoever's staying there now. Perfect.
We're empty rooms already.
Yeah.
As you guys make it into the dormitory, you see the room is comfortable, as then it starts to get cold, as Akiko is still holding the borealis. And it is emitting cold, making the room cold along with it.
Oh, nice.
Honestly, that feels very, very nice right now. Feeling still a little warm from earlier.
But do we want to maybe put the borealis in the bag of holding? Just
Yes,
for safekeeping.
that is an excellent idea. And she'll hold out her bag.
Akiko.
It's so nice. Look what I can do with it.
Okay, dear. Now put it in the bag.
Oh,
It's-
fine.
It's like singeing your fur, Akiko. It's too cold right now, I think.
That's okay. But if you're cold, I guess.
Okay.
I'll drop it in the bag.
You're muted, Bryan.
What if you put it in the bag of holding and then you just leave it open and then just cold air will waft out of the bag of holding? Cooling the room.
Idea.
We could just
Room's already
keep
cold
it open
from
a
it, then.
little bit.
It's like it's our own air conditioner. It's perfect.
Right. And with that, it's a good place to end it for the day. You succeeded on the trial to receive the borealis,
We found the item that no one knew existed.
and now you can go shove it in everyone's faces that look, bitch, it exists.
Ha!
We found it and you didn't.
Oh, but no, we totally knew about the borealis.
Oh, is that the you guys found the borealis? Oh,
Oh, the
wow, look
borealis.
at you guys. So, thank you all for hanging out.